Hi everyone, today is November 4th, 2015, and I'm in the middle of my book tour and have a day, tomorrow I'm going to be heading out of town again, but I wanted to share a thought that I'm hoping will resonate with many of you. And what I'd like to talk about is my very serious concern about the rising diabetes rates in North America. The report from just a few weeks ago from JAMA, the Journal of American Medical Association, reporting that 49 to 52% of the American population is either pre-diabetic or diabetic. This is serious business, and it's actually one of the things that was a driving force as I've been working on my book, Yum, Plant-Based Recipes for a Gluten-Free Diet. I don't mention in the title anything about how I've made efforts to make the recipes not only free of sugar, but actually also make them lower glycemic than recipes typically are. And so I just wanted to speak to that very briefly and acknowledge the reality of the concern that I have about the rising, not just in the adult population, but also in the children's population, the youth population, of the rising diabetes rates. And in addition to the diabetes rates, they're reporting now that about 30% of the youth in the U.S. Are either overweight or obese. So just speaking about that, I would like to highlight something that I'm really hoping that can make a huge change. And one of the issues is you think about something like buttercream frosting, which is typically what people, when there's holidays, birthdays, celebrations, we typically have cake with the celebration. But if you think about it, what's in that cake usually? Usually it's a ton of powdered sugar, confectioner's sugar, and either butter or margarine, shortening, some of those sort of kind of nasty fats. Anyway, so I was obsessed with trying to create something that could still invite people to enjoy that comfort food, that familiar celebration food. And I have done it. And I can't say enough about the buttercream frosting recipes that I have. I have the lemon buttercream frosting is the most low glycemic. And the highest is the peanut butter buttercream frosting, and there's also a light chocolate buttercream frosting and a vanilla coconut buttercream frosting. But with regard to the lemon buttercream frosting, that is totally diabetic friendly. I want to say again, there's no sugar in it, there's no margarine, there's no butter, there's no shortening or lard, but I use coconut butter and coconut cream and coconut to get that firmness, to get the structural integrity, so that you can still decorate your cakes and that sort of thing in a familiar way and have it hold some shape. And in terms of the sweetener, in 3 cups of frosting, again 3 cups of frosting in the lemon buttercream frosting, I use 2 tablespoons of maple syrup and 1 tablespoon of what's called chicory-root inulin that has a tiny bit of stevia. So it's very, very low glycemic. Again, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. That's it. So I wanted to share that with you because I am so excited to share this with the world. And when some people have asked about it, they're like, but what does it taste like? So I've started to share it with people, and the looks on people's faces just say it all. And I wanted to share that with you because if you have Yum, I want you to be sure to highlight that. And yes, buying coconut butter is not cheap. It's about $14 in Canada for a jar about this size. But if this is something you want to do and you're wanting to keep the glycemic index low in your family and with those that you celebrate with, there is an option. And I just want you to know that. So adios for now, and I will keep you posted. Take care.